everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do kind of a drill and chat, or a whip and chat, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm working on this gorgeous diamond painting. This is from Mary's Diamonds. This is the first time I've ever worked on a canvas for them. It's called Moonlight Princess. And I've just been slowly plugging away, but I need to finish this before the end of April. So, because I want to get this going, or get on with it and get my mermaid one going next. So, let me just open up my square here. All right, so I thought I would do a drill and chat so you could get to know me if you are new to my channel but you don't know me from my adult coloring channel, which I will leave in the description below. You can also check me out there if you're into adult coloring. But let's get this bad boy. I got these trays on Etsy. They have like a little lid, so anytime I have like a color that I'm using a ton of, you know, for color blocking, I just store it in here. I'm not constantly pulling it out. Girls only got so much patience for putting things back and stuff. But so yeah, for those of you who do not know me from my other channel, my name is Corey. I have actually been on YouTube for about 3 years now. I started my adult coloring channel in 2020, but I didn't actually put a video up until, let's see, I put my first video up in January of 2020, and then after COVID happened, I kind of was like, oh, I'm too busy like homeschooling kids and working, and so I didn't get back to my channel until September, so I kind of missed the whole opportunity. But I really wasn't in it for, you know, growth or anything. It was kind of just sharing my hobby. But yeah, I decided to create this one for diamond painting because I started to get into diamond painting. And while I know a lot of people who do adult coloring also diamond paint, not everyone does. So I kind of wanted to make my own channel, and then that way those who love diamond painting can join me here, while those who love adult coloring can stay on the other, or you can join both. But yeah, I am a busy mother. I have 4 children, although only 3 live at home. But I also have 4, yes, you heard me right, 4 Siberian Huskies. The other day I was joking with someone, but I said I'm a husky curator because I just keep collecting huskies. Not that huskies are a collector's item. I would really like to point that out right now. For the most part, I end up rescuing huskies from shelters. In fact, only 1 husky did we actually purchase and not get from a shelter. But my huskies are rescues. I have a soft spot for the breed simply because they are so misunderstood. They are high maintenance. And unfortunately, a lot of people that get them aren't prepared because, well, we see all the fun videos and, you know, the kooky things huskies do, which is true. They do those things, but they are a lot of work. So yeah, somehow I ended up with 4, and I'm currently working on setting up an actual husky rescue so I can get those huskies out of the shelters, train them, kind of train the things that the reasons people abandon them, train those out of them so that people can get their husky fix without having to deal with the things you got to train your husky on, like recall, horrible recall. A husky has 0 loyalty. You've got to earn their loyalty, and it takes time or a lot of training. But yeah, so I have 4 huskies, and then I've got my kids. All 3 are in sports. My youngest is 6, right? No, 7? Oh my gosh, isn't that hard? That's awful. I'm like, how old is she again? 7. My other, one of my middles is 11. My son is almost 15, and then my oldest is 22. So we got quite the gaps in there. I know it wasn't planned, just how life worked out. But yeah, the 3 munchkins living at home are all in sports. I've got one in comp soccer and also now wants to get into football. Why does he have to keep picking sports that that play regardless of weather? Like, we could have a freaking snowstorm and they play. Like, I put up with it in soccer. I was like, okay, I got to get all this gear for rainy games because they play in the rain. And I wants to do football where they're like, yeah, I don't even care if the field's flooded. You're playing. Like, so I'm like, oh. But then I have another one in gymnastics who's really getting into that. And then my 11-year-old is in ballet. And actually, we just found out this week that she is doing so good that they want to move her into the higher, like the pre-point, which means she's one step closer to those cute ballerina shoes. And also put her on competitions. So I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna have another kid in a comp sport. Because my son's in comp soccer and that pretty much takes all my time. But yeah. So one thing you'll know about me is I don't live next to the Air Force Base, but I live in their flight path to their testing space. So on a lot of my videos, you will hear jets fly by, and that's when I'll just say, hi jets, because I swear, they don't go by all day until I start filming, and then they're like, let's go fly. So there's nothing I can do, and especially now in the summer, we're going to hear them a lot. But yeah, like this channel I wanted to create for my diamond painting. It's funny, like, so when diamond painting first started coming out, I was like, oh, that's not for me. Not my cup of tea. And I even tried one and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so tedious. You know, like, there's no instant gratification. I mean, you'll spend months on a single canvas before you finish it, and then you're like, oh, there was whole 30 days of my life, right? But I would say maybe about a year ago, maybe less, I decided to try it again, but instead I went with a Diamond Art Club painting. And the reason I did that was I was usually buying like the cheap ones, and a friend of mine said, you know, try a Diamond Art Club one. They're really sparkly, because I love sparkly things, and they're really good quality, so maybe you'll enjoy the experience. So I tried one, and I was actually quite relaxed. So I started to really get into diamond painting. I've got a full collection now of kits that I need to finish. I've got enough kits to last a lifetime, I'm pretty sure. Depends though. Sometimes I'm really quick because I'm just doing nothing but diamond painting. Other times I'm feeling more like doing coloring or watercolor. So it really depends on the month, I guess. Because oops, I thought I had my drill picked up. There's times I've finished a painting in a week, and other times it's taken 4 months. But I've gotten so into it that I've gotten all into the, you know, special waxes and the fun scented putties. I was actually turned on to this Randa's Crafty Corner putty. I usually used patty wax, and then I went and tried this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this stuff. And I like that her scents, they're scented, but they're not like overbearing, because I'm very sensitive to that type of stuff. And they're really nice and light and tolerable. So I found that quite fun, because then I wasn't like gagging or getting a headache. And then started getting into all the custom trays. I love these trays from Add More Zest. I have a big one and a small one. My only complaint is when the drills get stuck right in here. These lines need to come up a little bit so that the drills don't get stuck there. only complaint. Otherwise, I absolutely love these trays. I kind of like these ones here I can't remember from whom, but the only issue is like they don't perform quite as much as I want them to or as well. Then I started getting into all the pens. In fact, I have 2 that are on their way. Yeah. I started getting into all the goodies that come with diamond painting, right? Like started buying cover minders and pens to match like the canvases I'm working on, because for some reason that adds a little bit more fun to it. Right down to washi tape. I don't know. I've completely lost my mind, I think. It's just fun, like when you pick not only like a pen, but washi tape, cover minders, and even a tray that like goes with the theme of your painting. And then by then you're like, okay, I've definitely gone too far. That's how I feel, at least. But I'm enjoying it. And yeah, so I wanted to do like a little drill and chat series. Now on my adult coloring channel, I have WIP Wednesdays, and I'm not going to really have a dedicated day of the week these pop up. Let's take a drink of water. Oh, that's his. And the reason for that is I just don't want to be tied to a date. So drill and chat will be once a week. But when it will be, who knows? And this one's definitely just like a hi introduction. If you already know me, well, then you already know me. But hey, you can still hang out, right? And then if you don't know me, because you found me for diamond painting only, well, then now you get to know me. But yeah, I am just loving diamond painting now. It's just so funny how when I first started it, I was like, oh, I can't take this. I don't have patience. And now I've got like a collection of paintings to work on. And in fact, I'm even going to do one. I just finished filming it. The one I plan to use for Mermaid this year. It's from Dreamer Designs, which I'm really starting to enjoy their canvases. Like if they just boosted the quality of their drills, then they would be my top. But unfortunately, Diamond Art Club just kicks butt when it comes to drill quality and the sparkliness of their ABs. Yeah. But Dreamer Designs, I love Curtis Rajkovic. I love his art, so I buy pretty much any canvas he does. In fact, there's some more I want to buy, but I told myself I'm on a no-buy. Is anyone else on a no-buy? I don't know how long that's gonna last though. If they have a really tempting sale, I'm not guaranteeing anything. I remember someone left a comment once that said, "We're all on a no buy until we buy." I was like, that's awesome. I can just be like, yeah, I'm on a no buy until I'm not. So I have been really good though. I haven't purchased any diamond painting kits for a little while. In fact, I think the last purchase I made was Diamond Art Club because I wanted to grab one of those mystery boxes and see what they were like. And like 2 kits out of there, I am probably going to put in my D-stash giveaway. Not because I don't like them. One was a good duplicate of one I already had, which is always a risk. And then the other one was just not my style. So I was like, So yeah, I will be doing that giveaway soon. Oh, my goodness gracious, come on now. I put too much wax on the tip of this, but I don't feel like dealing with it. I used to use the sticky dots, and I really did like the dots until I got Patty Wax's extra sticky, whatever it's called, and that's what I pretty much use now. And then this pen, placing pen, I can't remember where I got it, to be honest. It was an Etsy one though. It's not from Amazon. I want to say it was like Jim's Handmade. I'm pretty sure. I've tried a few. Most of the handmade ones I've gotten, I've loved. There was only one that was a super disappointment. It looked nothing like the picture. And unfortunately, like, the seller was like, well, you can send it back to me. But I would have been out of more money because I would have had to send it back to her for her to send me a replacement. But the shipping was like $40 for me to send back her pen that looked nothing like her listing. And I was like, it's not really fair. You're asking me to send this back for $40. And then, yeah, you'll send a free replacement that looks like your listing, but you didn't actually fulfill your listing. So I left a review on her Etsy, and I hate leaving negative reviews, but I just felt like she was not really working to resolve it. And like, because the pen looked nothing like the website description, it was pretty flustering. But I didn't go on my channel and like make a video or anything because I do support small shops on Etsy. I have some Etsy items coming soon, so I'll do like a little small shop Etsy haul. I really love to do that, but at the same time, I do want to be like, leave reviews on Etsy and be honest, because people need to know, like, hey, if you're gonna buy this, it's not going to look like this, or at least the version I got, because you want, unfortunately, there are some out there that don't perform, and it sucks though. I hate being the negative Nancy. Hate it. But yeah, I didn't go like on my channel and oops, that one. Let's see if we can just wiggle this one over here to where it needs to go because it's not stuck yet. There we go. But I didn't want to put it on my channel because I want that store to thrive later. I'm just hoping she kind of learns from that experience, I guess. But I love all the pens out there, but why are they so much money? Oh my gosh. I ordered a couple from, I think it's called Bistro Exclusives. Love their pens. But it's like $50 to $60 a pen. And I get it. It's an art for sure. But gosh darn it, I need to learn how to make these pens. And start my own pen making business. I'm in the wrong line of work. Because I was just like, holy cow, I can't believe how much these cost. Gorgeous though, they're beautiful. And I love the idea of making art with someone else's art. So even when it comes to like adult coloring, I love getting artist PDFs and coloring them in. When it comes to watercolor, I love to buy handmade watercolors because I'm like creating art with someone else's art. So it's really fun. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's definitely, it's hit or miss, but there's a few stores on Etsy I really like, and I love to go shop from them. Like I always look for when Randa has more putty. I wouldn't say I go through putty quickly, but I mean, let's see, how much is left of this one? Because you have to change out your putty. It gets gunky. Oh, I can't open it right now with my nails. I'm not gonna bother. But I've used probably like a third of that one. I did order another scent. I think it was like lemon and basil or something. And then I think, yeah, I had placed an order for some more as well. But I love her putties. I tried like using like museum putty and tack stuff, and for some reason it just doesn't perform quite as well as the scented putties. Like there's something in their formula that makes them easier to work with. Like museum putty was okay, but sometimes it was just so sticky, but I just didn't feel like it was gripping the right way. And also I love the pop. So like yeah, in my single placer I have the Patty Wax Ultra Sticky or whatever it's called, and then in my multi-placer I've got the putty, and both of them have that gorgeous popping noise that just brings joy. absolute joy. Oh, where's my tweezers? They're all downstairs. So my diamond painting desk, I'm up in my art studio where I film, but my diamond painting desk is actually downstairs because I have too much stuff up here. Oh, I see. I got a piece of a trash drill stuck in my putty. I have too much like art supplies up here to accommodate diamond painting. So I come up here to film, but I don't actually diamond paint up here unless it's on camera. So isn't it sad when you have to like purchase a table just to accommodate your hobby? But it's all right. It also keeps me like centralized because, you know, diamond painting does take a while. Although I will admit my favorite place to diamond paint is in bed because I love to color in bed, but it's just really hard to diamond paint in bed. So I don't know if anyone else has that. I'm like always trying to find a way to diamond paint in bed successfully without getting like hair all over the glue or spilling all my drills. So yeah, I'm open to suggestions. I do have like a C table. They're kind of, if you like go to the hospital, you know those tables they have that like come over your bed. It's called a C table. So I have that. But the problem is the design of my bed. It doesn't come all the way over my bed like it would someone else's. So that part's a bummer. But also it's still not quite comfortable. So I need another solution. But also like the big canvases, they're kind of hard to manage while you're laying in bed. But it's just my comfort place. I find it very comforting to sit there and color or whatever. And I really want to diamond paint in bed. Plus I like watching a show or something like that. So that's the other part of it, you know, because I get bored just diamond painting in silence. I need something, an ebook, a show, or something. That's not too shabby, right? I love like, so there's tons of color blocking on the background of this, and thank goodness, because when you get into her hair up here, oh my gosh, the confetti, whew, like when you're working on it, you'll sit there and be like, this is going nowhere. Like you feel like you're making no progress up in her hair here. I mean, because look at all the different colors, and there's, I know some of these look alike, but they're actually very slightly different shades. And so you're just like, this is outrageous. And so when I get to these hair chunks, which are these squares, I'm just like, ah. But once you like actually step back and look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, it is so pretty. But yeah, it's confetti heavy. So just FYI, if you plan to get this one from Mary's, I actually really think the rendering though is quite nice. Let me cover this up real quick. I think the rendering is pretty good on this. And then of course it looks even better from afar. I'm zoomed in quite a bit. But I like the rendering they did on the face more than most of the Diamond Art Club kits I've received. So keep that in mind. But what I think I'm going to do, I want to keep these drill and chats pretty short, at least initially, until I feel like I am more comfortable in the, I guess not comfortable, because I'm comfortable now. I've been doing this a while on camera, but I guess until I find my niche, or see how much you guys want to actually watch of these. In fact, do me a favor. In the comments, let me know if you enjoy drill and chats and whip and chats using diamond painting, because then I will film them and I can make them longer, you know, like up to an hour. And of course that gives me somebody to talk to while I'm trying to like go through the confetti crazy. But I just wanted to pop on and do an introductory one, say hi. Oh, look at all those ABs right here, isn't that pretty? Introduce myself to those who don't know me, And yeah, I'll be doing these probably once a week. I mean, there will be the occasional week I can't, you know, life and all, but I think it'll be fun for me and you to get to know me. And then, of course, please feel free to subscribe to my adult coloring channel if you're into adult coloring. And I also have a watercolor channel that I run as well. Yes, I've split up all my hobbies just so that it's easier for those who only want one hobby. I have many, but I know most people want one. But yeah, for now, I am going to say goodbye, and until next time, take care. Bye, everyone.